Last time on Runelords. Though we, the Angels of Sandpoint, were victorious and saved the cathedral, Sandpoint still suffered from goblin attacks in other parts of the town. In order to assess the damage, the Sandpoint guards started to question some captive goblins they had jailed. Luckily, I was able to quickly reach common ground with the goblins by insulting the newly dubbed dog meat of the Licktoads. The goblins quickly spilled the beans on most details before I was interrupted by Father Xantus, who was alarmed about a grave robbing that happened.
The three of us and Heakt accompanied the priest to investigate the tomb, only to be surprised by undead skeletons. With the dark embrace of Zon-Kutan, Heakt was able to retaliate and crush the skeletons in an unholy display. Did a number on me as she did.
Meanwhile, I had been talking to Ameko about recent events today. After hearing more about the new fighters, Ameko decided to extend an invitation for a free stay at the inn for Lord Aldern and his bodyguards. Owing Ameko a favor, I relay the message and escort Aldern's party. All in all, the heroes were finally able to get some sleep tonight.
I think we'll start with the next morning, actually. You guys get a relatively good night's sleep, at least everyone within the Lucky Dragon Tavern. Heakt, you have a fairly restless sleep, and Father Xantus is kind of nursing you all night. When your character finally awakens, I will have a little thing prepared for you. And Zerdan, I think you took the night off. What did you end up doing?
Well, at that point, since Sheriff told me to take it easy since he's got it from here, I just essentially, I don't know, I guess went back to the barracks to kind of get like a assessment report of what exactly the guards have been up to while I was investigating the church, and then...
Oh, so you were doing paperwork. And
well,
like
at least looking it over before I go, okay, I guess I can go to bed since there's nothing critical I need to stamp or something.
You know what? That's okay. Do your investigation roll. Now, I know you roll what linguistics for that?
I guess since it's paperwork, sure. Not too bad. There's not too much going on at this point.
A 19 roll is still really, really good, so I'll give you something for that. You started sifting through the police reports submitted today specifically, and oh man, there was a big stink raised about the glass house. Once people started showing up, it was a very short amount of time before like private guards started getting them over there, and it almost sparked a small riot, in fact.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow.
The
Renrua messed up harder than we realized.
Oh yeah, like
Oh,
there was
God.
some violence there. Unfortunately, none of you saw it.
Did anyone die?
No one died, but like it almost came to blows. It was like there was a disturbance there. And one person in particular, I will say, that showed up that you've not seen for a long time. I'm going to give it to you. There is mention of Lonjiku's son, who has not been seen.
Oh, Snaya.
Huh?
Wait a minute. Pseudo, right?
Yeah, Pseudo. Yeah, he's... Someone's been reading the setting. Yeah, Pseudo has not been seen in town for years. He moved out of town, like, shortly after he turned, like, 18, or whatever it is for half-elves. And he was hated by his father, but he was by the Glassworks. And that's the one that sticks out most in your mind in that report, is that he was seen there.
Right. That's odd. And trying to rack my brain, because he hasn't been here at all since the 5 years, right?
Correct. That does, like, stick out in your mind. Like, it's mad sus right now for you.
Uh-huh.
But you are nodding off, and you practically fall asleep at your desk at this point.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
Your back's gonna hurt.
Yeah, you are overworking, and by like 3 a.m., another guard comes by and just kind of gently shakes you awake and kind of walks you back to your bed. So,
thank you. Thank you, Bob.
no problem. Yeah, we'll just say one of them just walks you back to bed because they see you burning the midnight oil as you always do. I think Zerdan is absolutely a workaholic.
I mean, at first it was just to check the reports to see if there was anything urgent, but turns out there was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that is mad sus to you. I will say you will probably have to sleep in the morning, and I'm just doing that so I can make sure Bella and the rest of the team kind of stay together, okay?
Right, okay.
All right. The morning stirs, and we're going to do initiative roll to see who wakes up first. Bella, you wake up, and you said you're groggy, right? What do you do to prepare for the morning, just so I know? Just to tell you the sleeping arrangement, Aldern got his own room with his lovely bride, of course. And then you are kind of like communal bunking with the other heroes.
Bella's probably going to get up, splash some water on her face, get dressed in probably just some casual clothes before probably ordering some breakfast.
Yeah, you'll have to step out for that. You walk out in your casual clothes, and within the night, you discover that Amiko has been a very busy girl. Overnight, the entire Rusty Dragon has been done up in flowers and all kinds of various things, and there is a large banner up top that says, "Hail to the Angels of Sandpoint."
Has Bella heard that she's gotten this nickname?
Essentially, yeah. You're hanging out at the tavern, whispers have happened, and if you haven't heard of it, Evan has. Especially since Evan has gotten a crush on the other angel.
Oh, Bella's just like, what the when did she do this?
Before you even have time to finish that sentence, Amiko goes, "Bella!" as she raises her hands at you, and you whip around.
Wow, she learned Bella's name fast.
She says, "You must be tired. Come have some breakfast," as she walks you out, and there's a giant buffet already prepared, and there's people inside already who have started to gather breakfast and that sort of stuff. She got the word out fast. Not only are the usual suspects here, so the Illuma mommies and the
Illuminantes.
That's right, the Illuminantes come in early. That's right.
Yes.
The Illuminantes are there, the usuals are there. Several of them are dressed up a little bit fancier than usual, but you essentially walk out onto the balcony as Amiko just shows you the room, and she's like, "You did all this! Thank you so much for staying here."
What? I just killed a couple of goblins the other day.
She says, she shouts loudly to the tavern, "And she's humble to boot, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone hail to the angels," as everyone in the tavern raises their mugs to you.
Bella is kind of stunned silent. She is probably lightly blushing at all this heaped praise for what she doesn't consider much of a problem.
Her mind is probably the Windows XP error message.
She's not. No, she's more of the Macintosh boot at the moment.
You're quickly walked by Amiko over to the bar, and you're sat down, and in lightning speed she has presented you with a very hearty breakfast. What is in your mind Bella's favorite food?
I think Bella likes pasta dishes best personally.
Okay. All right, you are handed angel hair pasta.
Of course.
Perfect.
Yeah, angel hair pasta with shrimp. Will give you +1 strength and +5 movement speed.
That is powerful.
And it is Bella's favorite food, which means she gets another strength bonus. I will also be, again, because this is Bella's favorite food, she also gets 1 more round of rage per day per her level.
Ooh.
So you get 1 more round of rage for today. As she is giving you that, she also pours you essentially a morning Bloody Mary, as well as water, and you are just kind of given the royal treatment. And like Amiko is just kind of flexing her homemaking skills. As soon as you sit down, like within the blink of an eye, you are served, and you are seated in such a way that you can see the whole bar, like you can see the whole tavern. But you're
And the
also
whole tavern can see me.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And she gives you another wink, and she says, "And there's angel food cake for dessert if you so want it. Just let me know
You're
if you
really
need
playing
anything."
You're really playing into the angel theme, aren't you?
She just gives you a ear-to-ear smile. After doing that, she basically like waits to be dismissed, and if you don't say anything, she'll just kind of like shoo herself away and just leave you just so goddamn proud of herself for coming up with this.
Well, thank you for all of this, Miss.
Kaijitsu. Amiko Kaijitsu. She smiles. She's like, "I'm surprised you haven't heard of me. This is the most popular tavern in town, after all, and even more so with you here." She leans in. "So tell me about your adventures."
It's been fairly short so far. Kind of got hired on to work as bodyguard for Lord Foxglove, and she kind of nods upwards because he's staying upstairs, I'm assuming.
Oh yes, quite. So he's part of your party. She starts eyeing you, studying.
I'm employer, so yes, I suppose.
Interesting. So, would you say he hired you to, like... What?
Bodyguard.
Bodyguard, yes. And not as Savior of Sandpoint. That was not the intention, correct?
No, that was quite the surprise.
I see. Well, I do have lots of goodies prepared for you, and Aldern has mentioned wanting to do a hunt later. Will you be joining him on that?
Probably. It'd be nice if he mentioned them to me.
Oh, I'm sure he meant to, dear. He just didn't want to tire out his hero. She gives you like this, not condescending, but definitely like a mommy sort of head pat. Like...
Bella scowls at that and gives Amiko a stink eye.
She just politely ignores it and just pushes the morning Bloody Mary towards you as she says, "If you need anything else at all, dear, I would be happy to service the angel with whatever you need. If you need any more drinks, if you need any more food, if you need any boys, I've got Uxio upstairs." It's just...
Excuse me?
That is obviously a joke. And yeah, like
but Bella doesn't know her enough to know that it's a joke. You just said that straight.
I know. But here's the thing. I imagine Uxio walks into frame hearing that.
Before you made that joke, I was planning on him trying to stealth out without being noticed.
Nope.
In that case, the moment she makes the offer, and you know that the Illuminantes are looking over as soon as he was brought up, his eye is twitching like crazy.
She says, "Be a good sport, dear." And if anyone has knowledge religion, there is a song playing in the background too. She's playing the Song of Elysium, which is basically an ode to angels and azadas. So...
An ode to freedom, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a Desna town, so they like azadas more than they like angels, but the fact that these two, like, really showed off that, yeah.
Realizing what the song is, Uxio is actually going to say, "Ameko, are you really trying to take my freedom by offering me as a slab of meat?"
She says, "That's a joke, dear, at your expense. Here, come sit down. another one of the party members of the Angels. And of course the aunties are giggling as well. She throws out, without you even asking, your favorite food. What is yours?
So I mentioned it a while back. I feel like Uxio's favorite food would probably be along the lines of like venison meat kebabs. Or like venison and mushroom kind of deal. Something that he could reasonably make in the wild on his own as easily as he could get it in town.
Mm-hmm. So like a kebab?
Yeah.
Just a kebab, okay. Yeah, you're handed spicy venison kebabs and doused in holy water. Like it's sprinkled on there just to give it that kick.
Right.
And venison meat definitely gives you a strength bonus. Since it's a pure meat food as well, it is a +2, and because it's Uxio's favorite food, it'll turn lead blades into a move action. For now.
All right.
Just for now, until we can balance that out. I think again, I want to balance out favorite foods. Like this is very experimental.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
Where's the document? I know we had a document.
What I want you to do instead, I'm going to give it Pathfinder skills. Put all the food in there, and that's just going to be our general Pathfinder cheat sheet.
All right.
Yeah, it'll work.
We're going to call this Pathfinder,
Pathfinder cheat sheet?
Yeah, cheat sheet.
Okay.
Or Runelords.
I'll go in and I'll edit all this into that later.
Thank you.
All right.
And Uxio, you also get put up front as well, underneath the banner, right next to Bella, of course, and you're given all the refineries as people.
And Ameko already knows that he hates this.
Correct. But again, she is a shrewd business lady and is just doing what she do.
Yep.
You also get a head pat, but you get less, essentially, customer service than Bella did because you're very familiar with this. And
right.
She's like, oh, perfect. I'm just going to go ahead and wake up our third guest.
Oh, no. Which one of them is here? Because Ranruo was already asleep when Uxio got back last night.
Right.
He doesn't know who the third member that is currently here. He doesn't know it's the one that he mixes with, like, oil and water.
Well, oil
Ella knows, but were you asking her?
I figure he's asking more of Ameko, but Bella would definitely overhear it.
Yeah, I think while Mako's going, Bella might say, it was, what's her name? Ranru, I think?
He will try for it. He will try to make the escape before Ameko is back.
That's funny.
Does he bolt with his food, though?
He just picks up the kebab. He just picks up the kebab and dashes. Like,
he's like, I'm outie. I'm outie 5,000.
No, it's like he gets up, starts to leave, turns around, grabs the kebab, then goes.
Yeah, he does like a double take. It's like, can't forget it. All right.
But like, he starts to leave, disappears into the crowd, and then when people look to the kebabs, they're gone.
She's like, oh, look who was already coming down the stairs as she, like, mage hands the door shut. Like, as Ranrua and Ameko just walk down the stairs, just close as...
And then Ameko, oh yeah, and then there's this guy.
Oh yeah, your name's, what, Ethan? Evan. Ah, come on, sit down. Come on, sit down, Ethel.
We're turning Evan into the plan of the campaign. And
the prism.
Prism?
The prism.
Yes, I meant prism.
Michael, oh, that's Malcolm?
It's funny, Malcolm. It's funny, too. Like, Evan is, like, again, some of my worst qualities. Like, I'm just shoving into him. Like...
I mean, that's basically Mineta and My Hero.
Yeah.
They will be imprisoned.
You guys set up... All right, now, Ranrua, what is Ranrua's favorite food?
Soft-boiled eggs.
That sounds right, actually.
That she eats whole.
She gives you the soft-boiled eggs and goes, now you must eat all of the eggs before you can leave. That's a
fine.
meme. That's a meme.
You have to eat all the eggs. Why are you doing this?
This.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
All right,
But yeah,
Ranrua.
unlike most foods where she would just typically swallow them whole, she legitimately enjoys the soft-boiled eggs, actually biting into them and letting the yolks run into her mouth.
Okay. I'm gonna choose to take that not sexually. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. It'll give you a +2 to charisma.
Okay.
And since it's your favorite food, anytime you use any attacks that would apply acid damage, you get a bonus d6.
Ooh.
Since Evan is here, she just kind of like throws him a sandwich. like,
A BLT?
yeah, I think that's fair.
I mean,
No, she's
like
not
they pointed out.
bacon.
Exactly.
He takes it. You can tell he really enjoys it. Like she puts effort into everything she do. She's a good cook. So you get it's a toasted sandwich and it smells amazing and the bacon is definitely crispy, but also like, you know, pretty like juicy, I suppose. You know what I mean?
It's right on the border from being soft to crunchy.
Mm-hmm. And the
You're
tomatoes
gonna make chat hungry, Stuart.
I'm making myself hungry. I should stop. She basically is kind of showing you all off to the town as they just kind of like, oh my god, it's the angels, it's the angels. And as people are getting their food, paying their tabs, and all that sort of stuff, it looks like people like are nervously trying to come up and like ask questions, but then drop it and run off. Now, if you would please, we're gonna roll for what encounter we're going to do first. I will take.
All of us roll?
You can decide who you want to roll. I think Bella should roll today.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are we rolling?
D4.
2.
Oh, okay. That's actually perfect. About 30 or 40 minutes go by. You guys enjoy your food, and despite the immediate pariah that Amiko is setting you up to be, she is a very good host, and you guys do have a fantastic morning. You get to know each other a little better. You know each other's basic backstories at this point. You know that Bella and Evan were hired as Aldern's bodyguards. You know that Uxio and Ranrua work for the town, and you have a rough idea as to what everyone's powers are.
Okay.
I figured that just gets that out of the way real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
And as you're discussing this, just like almost seemingly out of the blue, 2 more chairs plop up next to you and goes, "Aha! Good morning, everyone!" As Aldern just joins you guys, his bride like hanging on him.
Of course.
I trust you all had a good night's sleep. I know I did.
I get the feeling that because of all the civilians, I guess you could say, coming up trying to talk to them, Uxio is already feeling drained, and I bet that Aldern is going to cause what little energy he has to plummet.
He smiles and says, "I hope you all eat a very good breakfast. I certainly paid for a good one." As he winks at Amiko, and Amiko's like gives him a thumbs up. Today we are going on a hunt.
Uxio raises an eyebrow and is like, "And I need to know this information. Why?"
Why, of course, my boy, you will be joining us. In fact, we're going to try to get all of the angels to join us. As he continues.
He looks to Ameko. You didn't.
She's like, "Oh, this was his idea." And she just like kind of puts her hands up a little defensively at that.
You mentioned you had work for me today. This was what you were meaning?
She said, "Well, he's paying really well." As Aldern slaps a bag of 50 gold pieces onto the countertop. And he says, "Each of you will get one of these, and the winner," he chuckles as he pulls out another bag of electrum pieces. "This goes to the winner of the hunt." As he smiles, he says, "I know a smith in town that can make you all, any of you, a special weapon. And this will be your reagents."
Would Uxio by chance be able to possibly know them, since he's from Magnemar, right? And Uxio is from Magnemar as well.
The Smith?
The Smith. Yeah. Like, maybe he knows who Aldern's talking about.
Sure. Roll knowledge local. Yeah, that's good enough. Corpheus. Corpheus is a blacksmith that specializes in Electrum, and he makes really sick magic items. Like, people kind of clamor for it. If Aldern is telling the truth, and if he got you a reservation, like, that's a big deal. That's like immediately a magic item.
Nice.
Really? You know Corpheus?
Why, of course, he and I go way back. Ha 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 ha. Well, you could say we've gone through our own set of... Oh, I wouldn't worry about it too much. We can talk about it during the hunt. But we do need to gather the other angels, as he smiles.
Very well. And I feel like only Ameko might notice that during that sigh, Uxio winced a little and grabbed the spot where he was hurt yesterday. Mostly just because I want to play up the fact that he's still not at 100%.
Right, no, I get it. I know what you're going for, and that's fine. He says, one of you could go get that wonderful guard, the one who just absolutely pounced like a lion. That'd be fantastic if you could. And the other angel, do any of you know her name?
Heakt Hardwick. She's up at the temple.
Lovely. Now go ahead. He goes ahead and he gives you each 10 gold pieces to kind of like buy your commitment. And he says, now you'll get the rest when we complete the hunt. Now go get the other angels. Ta-ta, go.
Ronro's going to look at him. What is the hunt mark?
Oh, I originally thought it would be fun if we could hunt some foxes, but since you all have some experience hunting boar, why don't we do that one? I think that would be delightful. Uxio, since you're part of the town guard, it would make most sense if you and Bella head to get Zerdan, and Evan and Ranrua go to get Heakt.
Oh, leaving Evan all alone with Ranrua, huh? And yeah, I'm okay with that if everyone else is.
Yep. That's either going to go very well or very poorly.
No in between.
There is no in between.
There will never be an in between.
Since she knows we're probably going on the hunt right after this, Bella will probably grab her gear.
You guys leave the tavern, and you start heading down the road. Bella and Uxio, we'll focus on you guys first.
I apologize for Ameko's boisterousness.
That's fine. I apologize for Lord Foxglove's aggressiveness, I suppose. At least the money's good.
Agreed it. Ameko never misses a chance for... She's an entrepreneur. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, I got that impression. I was down the stairs and behind a feast before she even gave me her name.
That sounds about right for something like this. Suppose the one benefit is that she managed to protect me from a certain group.
I still don't quite get what all the fuss was about. I mean, yes, the goblins were a problem, but I didn't expect this much fanfare for just taking out a few of them.
You were aware of what yesterday's festival was about, right?
I have a rough idea. I know that a lot happened a few years ago. I don't know the full details.
I assume that Uxio would have arrived in Sandpoint at the tail end of the chopper incident.
Yeah.
So he would take the time to explain it as he understands it and point out how, with the event being entirely about celebrating and moving on from those hardships, the goblins' arrival couldn't have been worse. If they had gotten really any more casualties than they already did, the entire town's morale would have plummeted. You and Heakt both had quite the noticeable displays of skill, and it's caused something of... how do I put this? Because I don't see Uxio being the most learned individual. He's more survival smarts kind of deal, but as a result, he doesn't know quite the right word.
Fascination? Bella will chime in helpfully.
I suppose that would be a good way to put it. Effectively, you became the big damn heroes. And now everyone wants to meet you.
Oh, this'll be interesting then. Spent so many years just on the job or back home caring for family. I don't really have a lot of experience with crowds.
I wish I was in that situation. And he explains growing up in Magnamar on the street and just always being drained by how many people were constantly around being in a big city like that.
Bella will give a not too in detailed summary of how she basically had to fill in and almost be a parent for a few years after her father passed away.
Well, at least you had some help from your mother, right?
Yeah, thankfully things have gotten much better, which is why I can actually be here. Otherwise, I'd probably still be back working lumber. She got a good job, so now the family doesn't need the extra help.
Small blessings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I assume at this point is when we arrive at the jail cell or the
Barracks?
guard's office. Yeah, barracks, guard's office, whichever term you want to use.
You guys eventually reach the guardhouse, you state your business, and who are you asking for? Are you asking for Zerdan or one of the angels?
I figure Uxio would not be saying one of the angels. He would be saying Zerdan because he knows Zerdan. And on a more professional level, but also a bit of a personal level, I'd assume.
Zerdan, you are awoken by Sheriff Hemlock with your customary morning coffee. It is quite it is quite good as normal. It is the Sandpoint. What is it? The Sandpoint. What is it called?
Sandpoint Morning Knockout.
That's it. Yep. It does wake you up as it should, and Sheriff mentions Uxio's here for you.
Right. 1 second, but I just gotta take a few minutes to prepare my extracts for the day, so...
They don't seem to be urgent, but I can bring them in here if you want them to.
Sure, they can stop in while I get things set up.
Uxio, you are welcomed into Zerdan's quarters. You start preparing your extracts. Uxio and Bella inform you as to what you're doing today, and essentially, they're telling you you've been hired for a hunt by Lord Foxglove.
With collaboration or perhaps conspiratorial involvement from Ameko.
Right. Just 1 second as I check with fellow guards if there's any standing notice for my duties.
You head back out, you question Hemlock, and he goes, "No, you've more than earned your break. I've told you before, go have fun. Oh my god, boy." If you have any urgent matters, hand them to me and I'll investigate for you.
Alright, well, I earmarked one of the reports that might be interesting to look at, but I guess for now, until any further leads, I guess I'll take it easy.
Before they leave the barracks, by the way, are there like a few extra weapons laying around? Because Uxio wants to get a spear if we're going boar hunting.
Oh yeah, you could check out a spear, no problem. It's not great, but it's like military issue. You prep, you give Sheriff Hemlock your report. At the part where you commented about Pseudo, he's like, "Really, Pseudo? Huh.
Apparently he's back.
I'll look into it." He grew up in the academy. I'll check there first before checking in with the Longikus. See if there's anything wrong. He gives you a salute as you leave.
Stuart,
Yes, sir.
I noticed a particular thing while searching for spear stats.
A boar spear. Okay.
Exactly.
You start like digging through the archives, and you do manage to find a boar spear.
Awesome. I'm currently getting that set up in character.
Yeah, you check it out, and yeah, pretty good.
Alright. So we ready to go then?
You guys head out. Ranrua, your walk with Evan is long, and it probably wouldn't be awkward for her. But it's awkward for Evan. He is just uncomfortably silent, and it's not hard for you to notice that he is just blatantly checking you out and hoping you don't see.
I think if anything, she's gonna have like that fang-bearing smirk towards him. You have naught to say.
Hi. I am Evan. He stiffly pulls out a hand.
Runrilla.
He takes your hand in his and, like, I will say not a firm grip. It is a nervous, sweaty handshake.
No, like this. If she would actually squeeze his hand a bit.
Let's see if that, like, perks him up any. Like, in terms of, like, just getting some confidence and morale. No.
I think this trip to Sandpoint is causing Evan to realize he likes strong ladies.
I think so, yeah.
Hot damn!
And I think she's trying to make that point to him.
He is learning things. Like, there are calculations in his head going, oh my god, women can be tough and strong. Oh, what? Like, it's not just Bella!
Thank you, I was going to say.
It's not just Bella!
Whoa!
Okay, so in what's her name's backstory, she was very much a girly girl. Aldern's current bride. And, like, all the girls from the village were also girly girls. He thought Bella was the weird one. He's like, oh my god, they're all like this? He says not anything else until you reach the chapel. Ranrua, you meet at the entrance and you are greeted by one of the Alkalites who goes, oh, Goblinbane! What do I owe?
We are here to retrieve one of yesterday's angels.
Alright, the Alkalite bows and says, oh, I'll go get her. Heakt, you are stirring, like, your eyes have been, like, eyes wide shut all night. Throughout the night, Father Xantus has been next to you, like, dabbing your forehead and, like, whispering prayers and just doing his best to, like, keep you from relapsing, getting ill. Like, whenever she gets possessed by Zon-Kuthon like that, it's not good. He's seen it before a few times, and when the knock comes at the door, Xantus leaves for a moment, some faint whispering occurs, and Heakt, you are conscious at this point, and he comes to sit down adjacent to you as he kind of like nudges your shoulder to stir you.
Oh, I don't want to get up.
He says to you, it seems that Goblinbane is here with some sort of quest for you. I can tell her and her companions to leave, but I understand that, I understand gold is involved. If you don't want to, I can tell them no, but, maybe some sunshine will do you good. Go out into the light of Sarenrae, as it were.
The light of Sarenrae might do me some good, and perhaps the gold can be used for the temple.
He puts a hand on your hand, and he goes, no, I think you should keep it. Tithes are important, of course, but I want you to know that even though you are under this condition, I am very proud of you for handling yourself as you did.
Father, I lost control.
He shakes his head and says, no, you are following a path that I don't understand, but being one who's caught in between many, many worlds, I still am proud of you. I've mentioned this before, but Father Ezekiel, before you, had a daughter of his own, an Asamar, who the town didn't understand, and neither did he. I see now that as he was raising her, he kept her under his wing, under Desna's constant watchful eyes, and didn't let her soar to be her own woman. And I want you to know that even though you're not, I consider you as close to a daughter as I could have. And I want you to go out and soar under your own wings, whatever path you choose.
Even before you said that, I was thinking,
I'm gonna mute you.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is a very touching scene, and somebody's trying to interrupt it, Father. They're being very rude.
He sounds... I don't know what his name is, but he sounds like Lavi.
I think we need to cast Peliaos on him.
I think that would be wise.
Oh, that was good.
So as it were, I want you to go out. Oh, sorry, back to you.
I appreciate all your kind words, Father. But please don't view me as your daughter. I do not think that I could bear it.
He seems a little hurt by that, but he goes, I understand. I will gather your things for you. Perhaps I will keep your helmet for you today, but maybe if you are going on a quest, perhaps take your armor, take your weapon, and go with the light of the Everlight.
Thank you, Father. I'll go via the light. And I'll meet them out there in 10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay. That's exactly how long it takes to don plate armor. Good for you. He leaves, he gives you your privacy. You don your equipment. He has actually left a breakfast for you. He has in fact left your favorite food, which is cinnamon toast. Cinnamon, of course, since it's Hecht's favorite food, it basically gives her a bonus to whatever god she's aligned to that day. Technically, at the moment, it is Zon-Kuthon. So, as you don your equipment, your scimitar feels heavy, and you can see the chain in the corner.
Could have sworn that was just... Oh, well, whatever. I take the chain and put it into my travel backpack. Along with my helmet. I don't put it on, but I put it in there just in case.
After that, you meet up with Ranrua, who explains the situation. You're familiar enough with her, and you trust her relatively, I think.
Mm-hmm. At least enough to provide straight information.
Yeah. Xantis hands you some basic supplies, basically rations for the day. He makes sure that you will not go out unprepared.
Sounds wonderful.
How much do you think Ronro would have teased Evan while they were waiting for the 10 minutes for Hecht to get her armor on?
Oh, he's definitely got like a sacred tome like in front of his like in front of his waist. Like he's like, oh my god, this is so interesting. Oh, Desna
He's sitting
scroll?
down.
Yeah,
She's right over his shoulder.
She's like,
Envoys for life.
what you reading? Like, just, like boobs squished on the back of his head. Nothing.
Are you sure about that?
Why don't you stand up now that Hecht's here?
Oh my god, like, basically his two town crushes right in front of him. He's like, hi, my name is Evan, and I think you're cool. I mean, I could use a sword.
Weren't you one of the people helping me yesterday with the goblins?
I did. I tackled the goblin to the ground and killed it. I'm sure you could have handled it, though. Isn't that neat?
No, not really. You helped me out greatly.
His whole face flushes red. The awkwardness continues as, like, absolutely everything you say, he's just like, haha, oh, that's so funny. Hecht, you're cool. You're funny. I mean, and after, like...
Are you feeling alright? You seem to be getting a bit more red.
Nope, that's just the, fire of, he looks at your holy symbol. Fire of Sarenrae filling my heart. Mm-hmm.
But...
Anyway... Should we get back to your boss?
Oh god, poor Evan.
Lead the way.
You eventually head back to the Rusty Dragon, and outside, Amiko is waiting for you, along with a small procession of fans who are just kind of lingering. There is a bunch of horses prepared for you, and a wagon, because unfortunately, no horse on the planet can have Ranrua mounted to them.
Rodra definitely knows the deal with the wagon. She knows she is too heavy for a horse, and is definitely not going to openly admit that to anyone else.
She tries to play off the wagon as being more of a luxury thing.
Yes.
To Aldern's credit, he did kind of realize that, and he says nothing. He's like, "Oh, yes, come, my lady. Come into the wagon." You guys are out here, and you'll travel a ways away over to Raven Roost and pass that into the Tick.
And apparently Ramrua is going for a swim.
I am so glad you guys are joining me on our little trip. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. Ha 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 ha.
I mean,
Uxio keeps his mouth shut.
I mean, it's barely often that I ever get outside the town with all the work I do around there.
I understand you're one of the head town's guard. It's an important job, young
Just
man.
a deputy. Just a deputy. I swear, like, every time we go to practice, the sheriff shows everyone who's top dog around there. Yeah, so...
And he's humble to boot. Imagine that, everyone. Ha 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 ha. As he tries to, like, get you all to start laughing, and only his wife is doing it.
For some reason, I imagine due to the small rapport they started up on the way to Grabzerdan, that Uxio is riding fairly close to Bella, and he's just gonna say, "Didn't Ameko say the same thing about you this morning?"
Mm-hmm.
I swear the two of them exchanged notes on what to say.
I'm getting more than a little familiarity between the two of them.
He doesn't even hear. He doesn't hear you.
No,
I just give a...
He's riding in the wagon and we're on horses, so...
Mhm.
And wagons tend to be pretty noisy.
Tend to be. Yep.
Yep.
And you, my Goblin Bane, I understand you've been protecting the town for years.
A few. Really hasn't been that much trouble for me.
And on top of that, you serve at the cat house. Is that correct? You are a very busy girl indeed.
The Pixie's Kitten, 'tis called, and yes.
My, what a interesting band of people we have. Ha 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 ha. Now you, my lady. He points at Hecht. Sorry?
I'm gonna assume, Rainbow, that's the reason why you never come to the temple.
I have no need for such a deity.
Evan's caught between you. Girls. Like, we've all chosen our own path, right?
To be fair, there's actually plenty of deities revolving about love that would be very interesting for you to study.
Speaking of busy ladies, have you guys met my bodyguards? As, like, Evan's like, what? One of the reasons I wanted to hold this little contest was to see if any of you could beat my prized bodyguard, Bella, over there. She's quite the mighty warrior.
Bella has a look on her face of just like, oh boy, here we go.
There's more to a hunt than just martial skill.
Well, being the strongest lady in the village, she can fell an entire tree in just one swing. He casually lies. Although not entirely wrong.
Depends on the tree.
Depends on the tree.
Runra has,
Some trees, yes.
Yeah, Runra would have definitely seen the axe, and she would be like, well, with an axe that large, that's not surprising.
He smiles and says, why, she comes from the most prestigious family in town.
Kuair.
Yes, that one. And we just snatched her up, just like that. Aren't we just the most lovely collection of fools? Well, it seems like we are here. As you guys pull up to the forest, 30 minutes have gone by. The wagon pulls up and he says, oh, right on cue. It looks like there's some boars in the forest. As, yeah, it does seem right on cue as you guys hear some oinks and some squeaks. It's very odd. So I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to track down the boars and bag them first. So whatever skills you want to use.
Before the actual hunting begins, just because of how on cue that seemed, I kind of want Uxio to shift to Falcon and see if he can hear any sound of people driving the boars, implying that someone is organizing the actual hunt to happen, if that makes sense.
Sure. Oh, okay. No, but you see Aldern, like, mess with something in his pockets.
that gets a raised eyebrow, but without any real hard evidence, he's not going to assume anything major.
Mm-hmm. 2 boars, like...
Oh no, it's M-boars!
M-boars! Emerge from the
Whoa!
forest. And
Watch
it,
out.
Are those boars on 2 legs?
they're quite big. It almost seems like they're dire boars.
Oh, now I'm extra glad I got the spear I did.
Mm-hmm. The boars emerge from the forest, and they look like they mean business. They're pretty big. But at the moment, they're not looking at you specifically. That'll be initiative, though. Uxio, is that a 26?
Yep, because my initiative is 7.
All right, go for it.
First up, I assume that Uxio would have been in the back with the initial thing, but he basically jumps off of the horse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you'll allow it.
Sure.
And going to use my action to brace for this one to charge.
Okay. Do you want to make like a handle animal check to like bait it?
Sure. We combined animal handling with survival, didn't we?
Correct. You may roll that. You shout, Stuart! And sure enough, it pisses off the boar. It becomes enraged and immediately charges.
Which means that I get my boar spear attack. Please let this work.
It
There we go.
drags his feet onto the ground as it charges forward, and it is interrupted by your boar spear.
Which, if I remember correctly, double damage. So that is 22 points of damage to the motherfucker. Assuming a 24 hits its AC.
It charges as you flex your muscles, brace for impact, and stretch out your spear as it gores itself, and the momentum carries itself and you to the ground, but the boar is dead.
Nice.
And that's why you get the right equipment.
Great job.
Aldrin goes, fabulous, fantastic, and he goes, as his wife is like also like, ooh, like back there.
Oh no, I just realized Alder,
Yep.
you've made Alder a unicorn/dragon hunter, and Uxio just showed off while being the canonically hottest character in the setting.
God damn it.
Heakt, you're up.
The Count of Aosta would be very proud of your hunt there, Uxio. I have nothing that I can really do this close with the other boar being that far away. So I'm just going to move to be next to Uxio, and I'm going to hold an action.
All right. Do you want to be mounted on horseback? Because that is an option for you right now.
No, I do not want to be.
Okay. Evan goes up next. He gallops out past you and starts slapping his sword against his shield, causing a clanging sound to gather the attention of the boar. The boar huffs and like looks at him and begins to lean down to charge. Bella, you're up.
All right. It's less than 60 feet. Can I make it to the other boar on a charge attack?
Yes. Are you going to be horse mounted or are you going to be just doing it?
Bella will probably be on foot for that.
I think you can make it, yeah.
So yeah, taking advantage of the boar being distracted by Evan, Bella's going to charge forward and take a swing at this boar
That's a hit. Oh my
for
God.
20 damage.
Wow.
Whoa.
What? It's that one, isn't it?
No, it's dead.
I think we just put all of Texas to shame.
Holy shit. All right. Yeah. Oh my. It seems that this wasn't a challenge enough for you as he strokes something under his robes.
Oh,
God.
no.
And a third boar appears.
It's already dead!
Already
Oh.
Damn it.
Wait. So Uxio saw him earlier and I'm
That's
assuming
the
that
one.
all of us saw him stroking.
Uxio is underneath a boar right now. Ranrua saw that.
Fair enough.
Zerdan, you see a third boar, mightier than the others, and rendered a different color as a bigger threat. It seems that this is a true dire boar with all the stats it should have.
Really?
It's a shiny Embor.
It's a shiny Embor.
Yeah, this is a conundrum here because, I mean, I could try to take a swing at this thing, but knowing that's a big freaking boar, I think I'm gonna try to at least close the distance or try to maneuver in a way to where he can't get like a straight charge on me. And yeah, let's see.
No, that's a good idea. Boars
And
are
then-
most dangerous when they can charge. Good plan.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm just gonna move over to like that rock, drink a shield extract.
Ooh, good
'Cause
call.
that will probably be a good idea. That will be my turn.
Alright, you huddle behind the rocks as it is Ranrua's turn.
Runrua is gonna climb up this rock formation
Okay.
and then cast Mage Armor. I probably won't need it, but it's a better idea to have it.
I mean, that lasts for a while, doesn't it?
What I'll do is I'll have it like you cast mage armor before this because it lasts an hour per level. I'd say she could
Yeah.
grab it.
Okay. Retroactively, with the Mage Armor already active, she's gonna throw an Acid Splash at the boar.
It has a 9 touch AC.
That is amazing.
Wow.
Well done.
One acid!
Wow!
You get an
Okay.
extra D6 because of your
yes.
food.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh!
Extra D6 roll for acid damage. +5.
There you go.
You
6 acid damage.
6 acid damage,
Yes.
not
Double
shabby.
acid damage. Double
Yeah.
acid splash is normal damage.
The boar leaps back because some bitch just tossed acid at it.
Right in the face.
Yeah, it sure didn't like that. It will attempt to charge up at you. Now, it does not get the full charge bonus, so it only gets to attempt a gore attack. It charges upwards, but unfortunately, your positioning has made it so that you have the high ground, and you hold out a hand and you stop it with ethereal force as it just slams
Nice.
into you. Like a predator, you look at it hungrily. Uxio, you're up.
Well, I assume that
You are currently pinned because of that maneuver.
I was about to say, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I need to get the spear out of the boar if I want to try and use it anymore. But
Correct. Yeah.
I'm actually going to just drop the spear, come out from underneath the boar, swift action to shift to Tiger to increase dexterity, and I don't have a composite one, but oh no!
Oh no!
Oof!
Oh no!
Well,
It strikes it in the shin, but it doesn't do damage. Hecht, you're up.
Seeing Uxio has got himself up but is in need of his spear, I shall move to the dire boar and attempt to pull it out for him.
That's your whole turn?
And then give it to him, of course, but yes.
Yep, you did it.
Here you go, Sir Uxio.
thank you. He's a little bit nervous after last night.
Alright. That is actually enough. Okay, so mounted on horseback, Evan gallops up and then moves into a position and then casually tries to stab off of the flank. He does get flank bonus, so
Yay.
True.
19 strikes. Good job, Evan.
Nice.
He got a solid hit right in its flank, and it is pissed. That's a lot of damage. Bella, you're up.
Is this also flanking?
Correct.
Another 2 for the flank bonus makes that a 16 to hit.
That is just enough above. Good job.
And 13 damage.
So we've got Goblin Bane and Boar Friend.
As Evan withdraws his short sword, an axe quickly replaces it, and he goes, "Good job, Bella! You hit that right in its hindquarters. We'll take it down in no time. Zerdan, you're up."
Alright, I'm going to mosey on up there as I bloop, and attempt to stab.
Oh!
Oh,
Well, it's not a crit,
Nat
I'm sure,
20.
because of the freaking little 6 there, but...
I'll let
That's
you
still
I'll let you re-roll the crit confirm with an advantage.
So, one more time with this rapier attack.
That's a crit. You rolled 2d6 plus double strength, right?
Yep, that's how it works.
Okay, it looks like you rolled really bad, so I'll let you just re-roll 2d6. That's better.
a little better.
That's a bit better.
Bit better.
You draw your sword, like, hold it aloft in front of you, breathe in real quick, and then, like, scurry up the rock, leap over Ranrua, and as this thing is squealing in pain, you stab it right in the mouth and pierce its brain. It is, like, gagging in its own blood on the floor. Ranrua, you're up.
Maybe I'll be able to finish it off. I'm gonna try grabbing it with my tail.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna try and crush it?
Yes, we're gonna attempt to crush it. 23.
Against its defense? Yeah, its defense is 20. You... You know what? Yeah, I'll give it to you. Your tail lashes out, and as it starts choking on its own blood, you make it way easier as the tail wraps around its throat, and you, like, cease it from choking, on its blood at least, until it gags, and then you hear a crunch as it dies. The boar goes limp into your tail as you just kind of yeet it against the ground, and it slides down in front of God and everybody.
I'm actually gonna hold onto it and drag it over to Aldern.
You drag it over in a haughty display as Aldern looks at you wide-eyed and with excitement. No. And... and he's like, "My dear, you are quite the powerful sorceress indeed." And he looks at the rest of the party. My, you are working like a well-oiled machine already. I am proud to call you my bodyguard and friends.
I don't even know you.
And I appreciate the sentiment there, but I am a guard of Sandpoint first and foremost for now, so...
Agreed.
He says, "Oh, I pay more than those paltry salaries anyway, and we can talk about that more at the Lucky Dragon, if you so wish. Come, friends, let us head back there."
Okay.
I guess we're gonna be hauling these boars back.
Oh, no,
Right.
just leave them. He says, don't worry about them. The local animals will have a feast tonight that we don't need to concern ourselves with.
Uxio, as a hunter, is offended.
I would like to do a sense motive check on him, because that sounds very suspicious.
You may absolutely do that.
12.
Yeah, something's off here.
Yeah, can I do that as well?
Mhm.
That
I
just
think
seems
Runro would.
I think
as
it's
well,
time
'cause-
for a party sense mode.
Yeah.
I need to take 4 off of mine. I forgot to
Ranrua,
take that off of there.
yeah,
Renro
Ranrua,
and Uxio.
you know what's up. You let it go. And as you do, your suspicions are correct in the sense that you have just let go of a summon.
Oh.
Damn!
What is weird, though, is that it's not disappearing. Whenever you kill a summon, it's usually gone.
What can she discern of the magic for this summoning?
That would be an Arcana check.
And who's all applicable for discerning this thing?
Right now, it's only Ranrua.
Okay.
13?
Yeah, it's a summon, and it's a weird summon. You saw him playing with something under his robes, of course, earlier. So you discern that there must be some device that created these things. So it's up to you if you want to play this close to the chest or call him out.
I think she'll wait for a better moment to call him out on it.
Sounds good to me.
What did Uxio get? Because he also got really good on his sense
Mine was
motive.
technically a 21, not a 25. I forgot to take off the Falcon bonus since I was not currently in that mode.
Okay.
Uxio knows that, like, something's up in the sense that he doesn't want you to carry over all this boar meat. Again, he doesn't know that they're a summon yet, but he does understand that, like, this is very unusual.
Yeah, like, in addition to just the general hunter, no, you don't just leave a carcass when you have killed it. And that's extra offensive to him because Uxio's personal moral philosophy is the rules of nature, you kill to protect yourself and to feed yourself and others. You do not kill just to leave a carcass.
Is that what you're telling him?
That's why I'm saying out of character, Uxio has no reason to tell Aldern that, but his view of Aldern is dropping as a result.
Yeah, come, friends. The other creatures of the forest will devour it. I understand there are dire bears and other creatures around. We could possibly even feed some of those goblin friends. That's a joke.
Stuart, I just thought of something.
Yeah.
At the very start of things, with how on cue it was, you mentioned Uxio noticed something under his robe. And then this, would Uxio... He's not trained in Arcana, so I don't think he'd be able to figure out summon, but would he be able to figure out maybe 2 and 2 together?
That it's like
he's somehow responsible for them showing up. He doesn't know how because not Arcana trained, but he can figure out something's going on here.
Maybe, probably. He probably was the one who caused those animals to appear. Yeah.
All right. Which means that Aldern is now on Uxio's watch list.
Okay. You guys head on out, and it's kind of an awkward ride home. And he just basically rambles on by himself for a while and says, "Yo, it'll be great. We'll leave Sandpoint. You'll join me at the Foxglove Manor. I'll pay you handsomely. Fear not. Your salaries are paltry compared to the sums of gold I can give you." You guys continue down the road. You make it back to Sandpoint after another half hour. And to celebrate, Aldern buys you guys another nice, very nice meal within the tavern itself. You guys head back to the tavern. You enjoy a very nice meal. Like, Aldern, once he enters the Rusty Dragon, has kind of shut up about that idea. Like, just real quiet about it. And he treats you all to dinner. You guys socialize again. The atmosphere is good. The Song of Elysium has ceased, and now just the regular bards are playing tonight.
Out of curiosity, would there be a chance for Uxio to slip away from the main group and just quietly talk to Emeko?
Probably not. The tavern's still fairly busy. Emeko has gone and spread the word that all of the angels are going to be here tonight. So the tavern is packed.
In that case, he'll just do what he can to give her a silent notice of, we need to talk as soon as possible.
She gives you a knowledgeable nod.
I would say, while there's much of the crowd and commotion going on in the tavern, Runra is gonna go up to Aldern and whisper in his ear, "You'll give me that electrum, or everyone here will know of your farce."
Intimidate.
Ooh, boy.
Any chance that she's got natural advantage without us burning any?
I will give you a bonus 2.
How about an 18?
With a +2? Yeah. He laughs nervously. "Young lady, I can't possibly know what you're referring to, but I do suppose," as he stands up in front of the entire tavern, "Ladies and gentlemen, the Angels of Sandpoint have just joined me on a hunt, and I will say that Goblin Bane here has proved herself most impressive," as everyone around the tavern, like, raises a glass. "Here to Goblin Bane!" And he turns around and gives a polite but very flashy bow and hands you the bag full of Electrum.
Cool.
He also hands you a coupon for that particular blacksmith, so you can claim 1 minor magic item from him if you guys hit Magnum R at any point.
Cool.
Yes, totally not foreshadowing that. Definitely will happen at one.
No, definitely not. No. That's ridiculous.
Totally not. Why would we leave Sandpoint?
Why would Sandpoint's great.
Yeah, it's nice and quiet for the most part.
Yeah, nothing ever goes wrong in Sandpoint. It's just a nice little town. It's a nice town. It's great. As the tavern raises the glass to you, they all take a drink, take a shot. Things are getting merry as suddenly someone bursts through the door. It is a young lady, probably mid-30s, and she is clutching something in her arms, and it is clear that she is injured and panicking.
Oh,
I feel like Zerdan might be a bit quicker to head over to her,
Alright,
just by merit of the fact that Uxio is drained from all this social interaction.
Okay, I'm on it as I kind of quickly glance over, see what the trouble is. How bad?
All right, you look at her and give me just a quick percent. Actually, you could use your linguistics. Like that's kind of your like crime-solving one.
Okay, not too bad.
Yeah.
I don't think you need your inspiration for it.
Seeing the deputy of Sandpoint, the lady rushes up to you. You know that her name is Amelie. You know her name is Amelie Barrett, and that she and her husband have 2 children, the baby in her arms, and wherever the other 2 are. Amelie runs up to you, and you can see that she is weeping and bawling her eyes out, and she's like, "Sir, deputy, quick, you have to come quickly."
Okay, what's up?
She says, "At my house, a goblin. It came in. Aaron mentioned something about Aaron's her son. Aaron mentioned something about seeing a goblin in the closet, but we thought he was making it up. You must go help him."
I'm on it, as I kind of give a call out to Uxio and Angels.
Angels.
Like, God. Oh, God. We become Sandpoint's angels. We're basically Charlie's angels.
I was about to make that reference. Dang it.
Uxio and the angels in air quotes.
She's like, "Quickly, please. My husband went to go find it. I think he tried to like kill it, but I haven't. We're
on it.
Yeah.
Just take it easy, and we'll assess the situation. And at that point, I'm making my way out after making sure the angels know what's going on.
You are out first. You know exactly where she lives. It does not tell me in the guide where she lives specifically. So what we'll do, this will be fun. I'll let Zerdan roll a d10, and I'll pick out one of the houses. 1, 2, 3. 1. She lives over here.
Easy.
Right next door. Thank God for this lady, right?
Uh-huh.
Right.
As the rest of the angels are exiting the tavern, you already head up to her front door, which is knocked open, like just haphazardly. You run into the house, and you can hear a child sobbing upstairs.
Okay, at that point, I'm trying to gauge my surroundings as I'm trying to approach here, and
Okay.
I guess that would call for perception, right?
Perception, yes. You can hear a child sobbing upstairs, and he screams, "Daddy!" as you can hear, like, scratching and scrambling underneath the floorboards. Your instincts tell you you need to move.
Yep, moving right then and there as I dive, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
You do all 5 of those Ds upstairs, and you reach Aaron's room, and you can see a dog with its throat slashed on the floor. It's ceased the point of twitching, and it gives like one final kick as you walk in. There's a child sobbing in the corner, and in the closet you see what looks like the body of a man laying flat. What do you do, Zerdan? Your party's not even here yet. This is kind of you.
All right. Calm down, Sandpoint guard here. Everything will be okay. As I'm kind of trying to make sure the kid is safe and try to survey like an exit point so that I can get this kid out of here.
You see that the kid has like a scratch on his cheek, but based on your like amazing detective skills, you've determined that the kid was attacked, the dog defended him, dog died, and now there's something in the closet. Along with possibly dead dad. You cannot tell if the dad is dead or alive, but again, your instincts tell you to move.
Alright. Readying my rapier. I'm going to haul out in Goblin. Any dog me in there better beg for mercy if you want to get out of this alive.
I will give you a +4 for that.
Alright, and I'm gonna roll linguistics since combat hasn't really broken out just yet. And inspiration for good measure. 27.
The scratching that you've heard ceases as the man's body shudders for a quick second, and the room goes dead silent.
I'm going to proceed to ready my rapier and open the closet.
The closet is open.
Oh.
Zerdan, you head over to the closet. The scene that you see is obviously like a normal closet, and there's a hole in the bottom of it, and this man's face is in it, and you quickly pull him, and it looks like his nose and face has been chewed off, and he is gasping and clinging to life.
Oh, God.
You are upstairs alone. You've got this man in your arms, and you don't hear a goblin anywhere. Bella, you step inside the house.
How much did Bella overhear about what's going on?
You heard scratching. You heard Zerdan shout something in Goblin. At least you're pretty sure it's Goblin. You've not heard him speak in that before. And you hear a commotion upstairs.
Bella's going to look around before heading upstairs yeah.
Perception.
19.
All right. It's quiet and subtle, but shortly after Zerdan, did whatever he did up there, you can hear scratchings in the walls, and as you look to the side, you can kind of hear / see, you know what I mean by you see it with your ears, as something crawls through the walls from the ceiling to the ground floor.
Does it look like there's an opening or something near where I'm hearing it going?
No, it's in the walls in between the, not plaster, because this kind of time period wouldn't have that.
In the crawl space.
Yeah, in the crawl space. There you go. It does appear to have made itself to the ground floor, and it's trying to find a way out.
I think Bella will call out, "It's down here!" And she's going to ready herself to swing if she sees something come out.
The rest of the party comes out, and they didn't quite see where you went to. It would take a while before the rest of the party reaches you.
Okay.
As the woman is just kind of sobbing hysterically in front of the tavern, as the mood is kind of killed here, and people are trying to get a straight answer out of her.
I do think that Ameko has a few cure spells as a bard. I'm not sure, so she would probably be helping to heal the woman, since you did mention she was injured as well.
Yeah, she's covered in blood, and between the party and everyone, you can determine that she's not in any mortal peril. It's just a casual cut, and she's holding her baby in her arms, who the baby is crying as well, and people are just kind of standing around being useless. You know how crowds get.
Yeah. Unless someone is given specific instructions, they will just stand around. And that's why, in an emergency situation, you have to tell someone specifically to call 911.
That is most of what's happening right now. Bella, you can do another perception check. Good enough. You can hear scratching on one particular part of the wall, but it's not scratching as if it would come out into the living room. It's scratching and tearing, trying to get outside.
Would I be able to quickly get around to where I think it's going to come out? The alternative is I just bash down the wall to get it.
You're gonna have to get that, Bella. I'm kind of dealing with a situation up here.
Zerdan, would you have a potion?
Potions are expensive, unless you want us...
Not wrong!
You can attempt a heal check.
Survival check?
Survival.
Yes,
Survival.
Survival is what we combined heal into.
Beautiful.
You have saved his life.
You absolutely did. You elevate his head, staunch the bleeding. You grab some makeshift ingredients from your pouch, and you just spit them all together and slam it. It'll take some time, but you're pretty sure he's gonna live. Bella,
right.
You could hear tearing from the other side, as if he'll get out.
I guess
Is there a window?
Yeah, is there a window on that wall?
Let's find out. I will give a 1 in 4 chance that there's a window on that wall. Okay, there's a window on that wall. Absolutely.
Bella will open the window and go through.
Give me just a quick acrobatics. It's going to be a low DC, like an 8. You made it.
Good enough.
You open the window, and you peek outside, and you can see a small clawed hand crashing through as a big old set of ears and eyes poke their head out, and you can see a starving goblin trying to claw its way into the alley.
Can I grab it?
That will require a combat maneuver, yes. He looks at you and he goes, "Ah!" and he tries to like bite at you, and he almost got like a fingernail, but he then retreats back into the walls, and he scurries around, laughing as he does so.
How big is a crawl space? Bella is an adult, but she is fairly small. I'm thinking of dragging this sucker out, perhaps.
Like, just Hail Mary, go for it.
Yeah.
All right, roll it.
There we go.
Shit. Okay, hold up. Oh, shit. I typed in shit. Okay.
That's what you were thinking. Great job.
So we know what the goblin does in response to getting caught.
All right, you manage to grab what you believe is a leg, and then you wrench it out. You still, like, pop a little bit of their outside wall, but you're now holding a very, very hungry goblin by the feet upside down.
Can I bash its head on the ground to knock it out?
I was going to go swinging it against the wall.
Roll again. Yeah, roll an attack roll. I'm gonna let you use it as an improvised weapon. You got this goblin, it's like, ah! You scream back at it, ah! And slam it into the ground. The goblin hangs upside down, like, after, like, 3 slams, bloodied and bruised, and it, like, eventually, like, it calmed down. It's no longer panicking, as it is definitely very, very unconscious.
Bella will yell, "Got the bastard!"
Good job!
Yeah, Uxio, you hear this. Bella, you walk out with Goblin in tow, as eventually the rest of your party reaches you. How do you want to handle this?
I mean, just kill it. It's a goblin. Just kill it.
Wait!
Like
We need
like
to
I said
figure out
earlier.
how many more of those are running around in here.
And like I said earlier, Uxio is of the mind of, even if it's a goblin, you don't kill unless it's defending yourself, others, or providing food. It's unconscious. In his mind, that is enough. We take it into the barracks and jail it.
Well, before we do, I'm going to have whoever wants to demonstrate the goblin in front of the rest of the goblins here.
There's only one goblin. Oh, you mean in the barracks. Okay.
Yeah, in the barracks, because we're going to take him to the jail, right?
Yeah, no, but that'll be later. There's still a dying man upstairs that you've stabilized, yes, but he is missing a nose and a crying child, so...
We need a medic!
That Miko would have some healing spells. You run back upstairs and you see Zerdan, like, managing first aid on this guy. The kid is still crying in the corner. Hecht, I'm gonna give you kid duty.
There, child. Everything is going to be alright now. Here,
It is the will of Zon-Kuthon that you experience.
No, let me take you to your mother.
You walk downstairs and she's outside and she's like, is he okay?
Amiko, do you got something to help here?
You pass off healing to Amiko and Uxio as you head downstairs. You exit with Hecht. I'm guessing Grandru is kind of like off to the side.
Yeah. She probably would have not gone into the house because, you know, the goblin was already taken care of. Why did she need further input?
You guys essentially handle the situation. You tell the mother that the father will live, but he will have some nasty scarring. And she's like, I don't care as long as my husband's alive. And you reunite the family. And congratulations, that could have gone way worse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
by a
could've.
lot.
Like,
situation.
it's straight up written in the book that this man is supposed to die. Whoever wants to can go to the barracks. I imagine Bella would go because she caught it.
Mm-hmm.
And Zerdan would be there too, since he's the one guy who could speak Goblin.
True. Hecht, would
I
you
have
like to
no
travel with
need.
them? Okay.
I have no need to. I would stay behind with the grieving family to make sure that they are perfectly fine.
Uxio, are you going to stay with the family as well, or do you want to go to the barracks?
Going to the barracks, so as part of the guard, helping out with transporting the goblin.
You guys gather up your stuff, head to the barracks, and within a short amount of time, you process him and jail him. It doesn't take long. The paperwork for goblins is pretty menial. Bella,
Alright.
you've got a strong grip on him the entire time. Once in a while, he kicks and shudders, but it don't matter.
Does he ever wake
Yeah.
up?
That's kind of up to Bella at this point. If he wakes up. Sheriff Hemlock is like, what the hell? Like, even on your day off?
Yeah. Apparently there's more of these running around.
There's always more goblins.
Alright, well, luckily we have some expert witnesses here as far as to consult as I motion Bella to bring over the goblin.
Sheriff Hemlock looks at Bella and says, I recognize you. You're one of the people they're calling the Angels, yes?
Yes. I mean, it's a name, I guess.
He gives a rare smile and says, well, I would like to thank you for helping out Sandpoint. It is no exaggeration that you saved many, many lives.
I mean, I know that. It's just a lot of sudden fame, and I'm not quite sure how to feel about it.
He says, tell you what, if you ever need anything, he pulls out a business card and hands it to you. Like, essentially, it's his personal address. He's not hitting on you.
I got the feeling that this was professional.
Yeah, no, I know, but I know what this chat does.
Yes.
Yep.
And says, if you need anything, you always have a place at Sandpoint. As he smiles and says, you were a hero that night, and Sandpoint will never forget it.
Thank you. And she will take the card and put it in her bag or whatever.
Hemlock looks at the goblin, sighs at both of who are quickly becoming his top guards, and he's like, all right, what's the plan, Okur?
Alright, first things first, as I have Bella hoist the goblin in front of the other goblins. Does this guy look like a member of a particular tribe to you as I shout in goblin?
They hiss at him and go, he ugly, he gross goblin, as, let's see if they actually know what tribe he's from, because they can't always tell. They look at you, and they have no idea, like, what this goblin is. Not from Sabentooth. They have bad teeth. Their breath stink, and their dog slicers be small. Ah.
What about you, dog meat? Do you recognize him?
Let's give him a roll. He looks at you and says, I know, but that's not my name.
Well, what is your name?
My name, Grim Dog. I kill many dogs. I am their Grim Reaper.
Alright then, Grim. Care to tell us who this goblin is?
Or
That's-
what tribe he's from.
That's Greskert. He bad goblin. Greskert. That's Thistletop Goblin. They bad goblins. Even for goblins.
What did they do?
They beat us up.
That's it?
Bad goblins! Not only they beat us up, they work with Longshanks.
Oh, so he would know who that person is.
No, goblin don't tell. And like the 3 7-tooth ones were like, you just told, idiot!
Is there anything else you'd like to say about this goblin?
That goblin should die. You should kill that goblin. Grimdog rewards you if you kill that goblin.
What does
Well-
Grimdog have to offer?
I don't know. You're not in a position to do
No.
anything to reward me.
He shakes the cage. No! Chief very strong. Chief have lots of treasures. They're missing, but Chief have lots of treasures.
Right.
Yes, they are all in the belly of a toad right now.
Anywho, I'll keep that under consideration, but for now, you did good, Grim, as I flick through my rations here and offer a bit of jerky here. Much better than what you get at the prison, huh? As I hoist it around.
Grimdog licks his teeth and goes, no, no! And then he quickly swipes it.
Good Grim.
And then he goes to eat it in the corner. Sheriff Hemlock looks at you and says, what the hell just happened?
Well, Dogmeat, aka Grim Dog, identified this goblin as a Gresgert tribe goblin.
No. No. His name is Gresgert. But his name is Gresgert, but he's from the Thistletop clan.
This goblin's tribe is known to work with maybe our potential suspect.
Throw him in the cage to cool him off tonight, and we'll question him in the morning. Maybe.
Do we got a spare cell?
Yeah, we got a spare cell. Perhaps, if you could you whip up a potion of some kind? You can use the ingredients in the apothecary.
I'll see what I can conjure here. Let's see. Profession alchemy, then?
That'd be fine, yeah. You managed to create a potion that'll stabilize him and basically get him talking again.
Right.
And I think that'll be a good place to end for the night.